Hello, my name is uour. So I'm making a vanilla cake. I added my butter. I'm just scraping the butter into the bowl. The recipe is going to be in the description box. You can check it. I'm ravioli's oven. So I added my sugar, oil, and I'm creaming my butter. So you cream it until it's light, airy, and fluffy. You keep creaming. I cut the video because it was a little long time creaming. So you scrape the edges. You cream it for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how much your butter is. So I scraped the edges, and I'm now creaming it again to make sure there's no remnant of butter on the edges of my bowl. Okay, so I'm going to keep creaming it and creaming it. I'm using my hand mixer because it's easier, or you can, if you have a stand mixer, you can also use that. It makes it easier. If you don't have that, you can use a hand whisk or a wooden spoon to cream it. So I'm going to add my eggs one at a time. Make sure your eggs are at room temperature. Make sure your eggs are at room temperature and they're fresh. So add your eggs one at a time, and you mix it. You mix in the egg slowly. You don't mix the egg too much. You just whisk it till it's just incorporated into the butter and sugar mixture. You don't mix it for too long. Yes. So I'm just making sure the egg is properly whisked into the mixture. And then the next step is to add your milk and flour. So I'm going to add my milk in small parts. I'm going to add half of the measurements of milk. Make sure you're using low-fat milk. And then I'm going to add half of the flour. So after adding half of the flour, I'm going to whisk it. I already added my baking powder and flavor into the flour. So you mix it until it's incorporated and you don't see any flour left. Then you add in the remaining milk and the remaining flour. So this is my baking powder. I weighed it already. And now I'm mixing the baking powder and the flour and everything together to make sure everything is properly mixed in. Use 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavor, vanilla essence. Mix till you can't see any flour lumps. So you try not to over mix it. You just mix till everything is incorporated and it's smooth and clean. You'd see it's smooth. So I'm just scraping off the lumps of flour on top of my spatula, stuck on the spatula, and I scrape the edges of my bowl to make sure there's no flour stuck to the edges of the bowl. No milk in one side, flour on one side. So I'm just going to use this spatula to scrape it up again and mix it. So you can see that the cake batter is a bit more creamy now. So I'm just going to mix it for a little more. And that's our vanilla cake recipe. That's our vanilla cake batter. You can see how smooth, silky it is. You use low-fat milk for a vanilla cake. Low-fat milk. You can use powdered milk that's low fat and mix it with water. You can add 2 tablespoons of powdered milk to each cup of water, or 4 tablespoons of powdered milk. Just make the milk to be thin. Don't use evaporated milk. If you can see how creamy and smooth our cake batter is, you can use it for cupcakes, you can use it for large cakes. Thank you.